How can you choose the best medium to communicate with your loved ones living in the afterlife? You can have medium afterlife communication with your loved ones living in the next plane of life. Mediums are very successful in connecting with people living in the afterlife. They can communicate with you over the phone or have as good a reading in person. In this video, I explain ways you can choose a qualified medium to communicate with your loved one living in the life after this life. Hello, I'm Dr. R. Craig Hogan, President of the Afterlife Research and Education Institute and Seek Reality Online. You can have an uplifting, successful communication with your loved one now living in the afterlife. You just have to follow these guidelines. First, don't go to the local medium you find in the yellow pages unless you're sure the person has been certified. Studies of qualified mediums show they are accurate with as high as 86% of the details in their readings. Some are even higher. Phone readings are as effective as in-person readings. However, there are many people who think they're mediums or are outright frauds. You must be careful in your selection. Here's how you will know if you have a qualified medium. The medium will tell you the relationship of the person to you. When you go to a medium or contact one by phone, you can tell whether they are a qualified medium by seeing whether they start by telling you the relationship of the person coming through. This statement of the relationship may be something like a father figure or someone older than you. Mediums will receive messages showing the position of the person in relationship to you. Above you would be an older family member. Below you would be a younger family member or a child. What follows must then be relevant to that person. The medium will follow with specific details about that person. The best qualified mediums are called evidential mediums. They provide unmistakable evidence that they are connecting with the person in spirit. The details are specific facts about the person no one could guess. Expect that there will be a string of facts. I've had readings with many mediums. I had a reading with one of the most talented mediums I know, Suzanne Wilson. She began by saying she felt a father figure coming through. She then said he was telling her that there were 3 Bobs in my family. That was correct. My grandfather, my father, and my uncle were all named Bob. She then said she saw the image of a famous groundhog named Punxsutawney Phil, who's highly publicized for seeing or not seeing his shadow when he comes out of his hole every February 2nd. If he sees his shadow, there will be 6 more weeks of winter. If not, spring is around the corner. My father was born and raised in Punxsutawney. Those remarkably precise facts could only have come from a qualified, talented medium. Expect these types of accurate details in the best psychic mediums. If you get only general statements, the person likely is not a qualified medium. If you get statements such as, "You have a loved one in spirit, it's a female, she sends her love," with no specific details, that person is probably not a qualified medium. If the medium fishes for information, the person is not a qualified medium. When a medium fishes for information, it's called a cold reading. In a cold reading, the medium will say things such as, "You have an older relative in spirit." Everyone does. Then they might say, "Does that make sense?" Then they will fish. It's a parent or a grandparent. They want you to tell them. If you say, "My grandfather," they'll say, "Yes, that's why they're calling you my granddaughter." That makes sense now. The entire medium reading will go on like that, with the medium fishing for information and giving it back to you as though it were a reading. Mediums who use the cold reading techniques are adept at their craft. People receiving the medium reading are so anxious to connect with their loved one that they keep filling in details as the medium is doing the reading. The medium picks up on all the clues. You might say, "Yes, Grandma had Alzheimer's," and the medium says, "It's a grandmother, and she's telling me she wasn't coherent at the end of her life. Is that right?" Here are some online sources of lists of qualified mediums. A copy of the list is available to Seek Reality members at the website that's listed on the screen now. The first is Bob Olson's Best Psychic Medium Directory at the Best Psychic Medium Directory online. He helps you to choose credible mediums by state, specialty, and reviews. The site has over 12,000 reviews of the psychic mediums. Every psychic medium is certified by Bob Olson. Forever Family's website at this link. The mediums listed on the Forever Family page have had their abilities evaluated under controlled conditions. These mediums are listed purely as a resource for the bereaved, and certification is based only on the medium's proficiency. Mediums listed are not paid to appear on the site, and the certification evaluation is conducted free of charge. The list of certified mediums shows each medium's pathway to certification. They're listed in alphabetical order by first name. They've listed each medium's home state. However, all of the mediums conduct phone readings in addition to in-person readings. The evidence shows that there is no difference between the two methods in the accuracy of the information communicated. Mark Ireland's website at this link. Mediums listed on this site were successful in completing a series of mediumistic experiments to satisfy the standards of those who were testing the mediums. However, they do not guarantee results of any given reading. All mediumship by its nature is experimental, and even the very best mediums cannot guarantee contact with any specific deceased person. Helping Parents Heal provider page at this link. This website contains psychic medium recommended providers with recommendations from members of Helping Parents Heal, listed by category in alphabetical order. To be included on this page, providers have given their time and energy to Helping Parents Heal and have at least 2 recommendations by parents. The Windbridge research site at this link. Before participating in research at the Windbridge Research Center, each prospective research medium was screened over several months using an intensive 8-step screening and training procedure. First, a written questionnaire. Second, a personality and psychological test. Third, a phone interview with an existing certified medium. Fourth, phone interview with a Windbridge investigator. 5, 2 blind phone readings. 6, mediumship research training. 7, human research subjects training. And 8, grief training. Upon successful completion of the 8 steps, the medium is called a Windbridge Certified Research Medium. You can have a successful, uplifting afterlife communication with your loved one living in the life after this life. Your loved one wants to communicate with you. Choose a certified medium and connect with your loved one. They're waiting to hear from you. As always, I let people know you can communicate yourself without a medium. Just go through the free training we have online. The training is at this address. It is free and accessible from any internet browser. As you go through it, if you fill out the forms at the ends of the training stages, I will help you.